What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're getting video happy today. Alright, so long story short, what we have going on is the indicator switch that switches it from defrost, floor, whatever, to vent. That's all good, except when you go to move it, you couldn't hardly move it. No problem. So I took it out, and of course I ran across this problem. Now this right here is about a $30 problem, and on the back of this, you could take a flat scraper and pop this out. You see where the 4 pins are at holding it. And long story short, can you see this? Can you see this tab right here, Popsy?
Let me zoom in.
Hold on, let me see here. I'll bring it to you.
I gotcha.
All right, see that tab right there? You're just going to push that down, and it's hooked right behind here. And it pops out. Long story short, it feeds through the car, and we'll go back to where this marries in a second. But a lot of times this cable goes bad. So you can generally fix this problem for about 30 minutes in less than 20 minutes of work. No problem. And that's all good. That's the first thing that could possibly be wrong. Now, if this doesn't fix it, or when you take this particular part off, you need to check the door. When I say the door, let me show you. All right, put it on pause and we'll head over to the door.
Go.
Okay, guys, as you can see, this is a real unique perspective because we've already removed the dash and the the crash wall and everything. So you can definitely see how all this stuff works with absolutely no problem. Now, if I could just remember how it worked. Just kidding. Okay, so this should be sitting in there something like this. Might be actually backwards there. Hold on. Can't remember if it's... Yeah, I think it's more like this. Let's see if... Okay, there we go. And inside of here... So you see when you move this, that switch is actually moving it. Can you see this lip up, this right here moving at the top? It moves the top door. And it also moves a door that's supposed to be located in here. Where you can see that one's broken. We're getting ready to replace it or patch it. And, but you'll see a little handle sticking out right here. Ours is removed because we actually have the part out. And you should be able to move it, just like I was moving this one. See? It looks just like this. You should be able to move it. If you can't move it, if you go to move it and it's like super stuck, then what's happened is, this is what it's supposed to look like. This came out of a junk car today. Oh, by the way, the whole HVAC system, if you do it, or the HVAC system, is $663. I called Ford today, so this is what spawned me to go do this. This is how the rubber seal is supposed to look inside that door flap. And this is what I found. Can you see that? You see how it just sticks? And so basically when you close it, it causes a huge suction and seal. And you just barely get it off, and boom. And then when it's kind of in the middle, it's okay. But as soon as it touches at the top or the bottom, it's going to latch on like glue again. And you're eventually going to tear up the dial or the cables because it can't handle the stress of pulling this. So just a little tip on this. If you decide to do this job and you don't want to spend the $663 it takes to do it, kind of what we did as just kind of a research thing, we want to see if we could actually be done. I went ahead and knocked a little access hole right here into the side, and this is basically what you're looking at once you do that. One of these has got a keyway in it to be able to control it. But anyway, it sits in here like this, and see the end of it goes through there. So I just took a little pry thing and just kind of pulled it back where I could pull this end, the driver's end up, and then I slid it out the top right there. And I got this part for $1.50 at the junkyard. Once again, if you go to the junkyard, you don't have to do all of this work. You can just take a little time and tap out a little bit of the plastic in the top there until you get access, and then you can actually just take the part out if you wanted to, right?
Correct.
So it'll fix the problem. We're going to have to patch this. you know, I just don't, this car isn't worth putting $663 system in it. So, and by the time you spend another 7 or 8 hours taking one out of the junkyard, it ain't really worth it either. But as far as me taking the time to pull it down to this far, just replace this part, patch it back up, and it'll be good as new anyway, seems like a more reliable thing. But anyway, there's only 2 things that could possibly be wrong. Now, if you ever hear somebody talk about their blend door, the AC's not flipping from hot to cold, or the temperature isn't, that's the one here on the bottom. See it right there. It turns back and forth. And let's see if I can actually get in here and actually physically. I was going to see, guys, if, there we go. Let me see the camera. Okay, you always hear about the heating core, the heater core. Can you see the fins back there? So just to give you a perspective, if this goes bad on your car, you actually have to take the dash, all this stuff apart, and then actually, you know, even take the blower motor, its assembly out, and the HVAC system as well to even access that, which is a ridiculous amount of work. But if you got half a day to do it, it ain't really that big of a deal. So that's where that's at as far as that's, you know, concerned. Anything else, Popsy? Alright guys, so this is right here, once again, is the parts that tend to go bad. The gray one is what controls your vent selection, the dampener door, and as far as the blend door is concerned, it would be the black one. I've never seen them different than gray and black. There may be a variation that I'm not aware of. But this is how they actually go in. You see the little tabs on the side here. And you see the one up here at the top. So it just pops out. You can just do like that one. And then you can pop these out. But there is an orientation to how it circles. So you got to make sure that if you need to control the switch on this end to line this up, that's not a problem. You can do that as well. And they just pop back in once you got it lined up. No problem. What is the part number? PA66. I guess, not sure. Anyway, these break so often you call any Ford store, they'll give them to you, tell them what's up. And I guess that's about it. And as you can see, this has been a fun process. As we've taken out, what have we not taken out?
The motor.
We left the engine inside the car. Just want to throw that out there, guys. Meanwhile, do me a favor, man. Subscribe to the channel. Give us the finger. And support your military. Peace out. Wait a minute, guys. Before I kill this video, because you may not be watching the remove the dashboard one, I want to give over a quick. So this is the crash bar right here that came out. Center, this is where we were just dealing with right there. We already went over that. So the steering wheel comes out. The airbags come out. That's the bezel for the odometer. That comes out. The kick plate comes out. That's another vent. The console on the floor comes out. It's another cover. The kick panels, glove box. Oh, and here's my personal favorite. This, of course, is the dashboard. Which, to kind of throw that in perspective, this is kind of important because you need to know what everything that's hiding what you're at. If I was inside the car looking at it, and you go to a junkyard, this is the part right here you're going to access it through right here. Right under here. And go ahead and pull those plug. Go ahead and pop these out because that's how you're going to pull it out. And you can kind of knock a hole from the side because it'll be sitting about right here. Just kind of throwing it your way. I mean, I know that's kind of the... what way would we call that? The ingenuity way? The way of the enlightened man? Anyway, guys, whatever it is.
Easy button.
Yeah, that's the easy button at the junkyard. I think in the junkyard, I think it took me a shot to get 3 of these. They were all out within 5 minutes. I just broke the first 2. But I was a little anxious, and it was one of them days I thought it was going to rain like crazy. You get it, right? Any of the special mentions on this? Oh, guys, for God's sakes, if you're going to pull out the airbags and all this stuff, unplug the battery, turn the headlights on so it drains the battery power so you won't have a problem with any of that. But this is a quick overview of really what it takes Just want to throw that out there with you guys. And I'm going to show you inside the car one more last time. If you get to this point, this really isn't that big of a deal. I mean, it seems like it is, but you can see the one wiring harness. That's kind of a big deal. That goes over the crash bar. You drop the steering, only 4 bolts there. Once again, this seems like a daunting job, but it probably isn't that big of a job. Okay, guys, see you on the next one. And remember, peace out.